The moment Sarah noticed the frail old man hunched in the corner booth of her small diner, something inside her stirred. He came in every morning, moving slowly, almost as if each step was a struggle, clutching a worn coat around his frail frame. His hands trembled when he lifted the menu, and his eyes, though tired, held a quiet, almost forgotten dignity. No one else seemed to notice him, or if they did, they hurried past, unwilling to pause. But Sarah couldn't look away. She felt an inexplicable pull, a responsibility she couldn't explain. She knew then that she would do something for him. Before we continue, if you believe in the power of kindness and second chances, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs inspiration. Comment your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe. Sarah started making sure that the old man, whose name she learned was Mr. Thompson, had a warm meal every day. Even when the diner was packed and orders flew in faster than she could keep up, she made it a point to prepare something extra nourishing, something comforting, for him. Sometimes it was a hearty bowl of soup, other times a sandwich with fresh fruit on the side. She never asked for payment. Sometimes, when he tried to insist, his weak voice barely audible over the morning chatter, she would smile and say, "Consider it a gift, Mr. Thompson. You deserve it." Weeks passed, and their routine became a quiet rhythm. Sarah learned little bits about him, the way he always kept his wallet neatly folded, how he wore the same navy blue scarf, the gentle sadness in his eyes when he stared out the window. Occasionally he would speak in broken fragments about his life, about days long gone, about family he barely mentioned. Sarah listened, never pressing, letting him speak as much or as little as he wished. And in those moments, the diner transformed from a simple cafe into a sanctuary. Life for Sarah was not easy. She was working double shifts, barely scraping by, and had dreams that often seemed unreachable. Every dollar she earned went to rent, groceries, and keeping her little apartment warm in harsh winters. Yet, she found joy in these small acts of kindness, and watching Mr. Thompson's eyes brighten when a steaming bowl of soup was set in front of him. The gratitude in his trembling hands, the faint, almost shy smile became her own source of warmth. One gray, rainy morning, as the diner filled with a soft patter of raindrops, the door opened, and a man in a tailored suit entered. He was tall, impeccably groomed, and carried an air of authority and wealth that seemed to fill the room. He approached the counter, and when he asked for a table, Sarah instinctively guided him to the booth nearest the window. She barely registered his appearance at first, so consumed she was with Mr. Thompson's slow movements in the corner. It wasn't until the man looked down at the menu and paused, eyes narrowing slightly, that Sarah noticed something peculiar. He kept glancing toward Mr. Thompson, who was quietly eating his breakfast. There was a tension in his posture, a recognition that didn't quite belong to a stranger. And then, with a voice that carried both command and disbelief, he called out, asking if the older man was really Mr. Thompson. Sarah froze. Mr. Thompson turned slowly, confusion clouding his features. The younger man stepped closer, and for the first time in years, Mr. Thompson's lips trembled as he whispered a single word. "David?" It was then Sarah realized the truth. The well-dressed man was the son of the frail man she had been caring for, a billionaire named David Thompson who had lived a life of privilege, far removed from the small, struggling diner in a quiet American town. And yet here he was, looking down at his father with a mixture of awe, guilt, and uncertainty. David explained, in a voice that seemed to shake as much as his father's hands once did, that he had been distant for decades. Work, wealth, and ambition had built a wall between them, one that neither time nor apology had managed to break, until now. He confessed that he had not known his father's circumstances, that he had no idea of the hardship and loneliness his father endured. Sarah listened quietly, heart pounding, as she realized that her simple acts of kindness had done more than feed a man. They had preserved his dignity and given him a connection that his own son had failed to maintain. As the morning stretched on, David offered to take Mr. Thompson out, to make amends, to show the love he had neglected for so long. But Mr. Thompson, in his gentle wisdom, looked at Sarah first. His eyes, filled with tears and the fragile weight of age, met hers, and he simply nodded. He wanted to stay a while longer in the warmth she had provided, in the safety of a human heart that had not turned away. Over the next few weeks, the diner became a place of quiet miracles. David returned often, learning to reconnect with his father, watching as the bond they had lost for years slowly reformed. And Sarah, once just a waitress with a big heart, became a witness to something extraordinary, a reunion of love, the rekindling of family, and the profound impact of kindness in a world that often rushes past those who need it most. Sarah's life also changed. The story of her care for Mr. Thompson spread quietly through the town, a reminder that even the smallest acts can echo in ways we cannot predict. She was offered opportunities she had never imagined, yet she never let go of the diner, never stopped serving with her heart wide open. She had learned that true wealth was not in money or status, but in the capacity to care for others, to lift them when they stumble, and to restore hope when it seems lost. And in the evenings, when the diner emptied and the city lights reflected off the rain-slicked streets, Sarah would glance at Mr. Thompson, now laughing softly at a story his son told, and feel a profound sense of fulfillment. She had not saved a man with riches or fame. She had saved a man with love, attention, and simple compassion, and in doing so, had reminded the world of the quiet power each of us holds. If this story has touched your heart, take a moment to like this video, comment to share your feelings, and let someone else hear this tale of hope and humanity. Sometimes the smallest gestures have the power to change lives in ways we can never imagine. Before we end, I want to ask you to leave a comment below about a moment when someone's kindness changed your life. It could inspire someone else today. In the end, Sarah realized something essential. The world is full of people who pass by unnoticed, whose struggles are invisible to the hurried eye. But if even one person stops, reaches out, and offers care, the ripple of that act can be life-changing. Mr. Thompson had lived decades with quiet loneliness, but those small daily meals, those simple gestures of love, restored not just his body but his spirit. And in the reflection of his smile, Sarah, and even his son David, found the true meaning of compassion, family, and second chances.